welcome. How are we? Bit of a numbers drop this week, unfortunately, but hopefully we still get a couple more in. But welcome those tuning in. Feel like we've got as many viewers as we do people out on track. Bit disappointing, but that is a-okay. So we are at Oran Park, round 2, call it race 3 of the 95 SS Invitational. Should be a good night. Obviously, Bo Albert leading the championship, so he's got a healthy lead after a pretty dominant race 1 and 2 at Sandown and Winton, so it was pretty mega. But yeah, so we'll see how the night pans out. Given we have got some numbers dropped, if there's anyone out there watching that wants to jump in and have a race at Bathurst for the next one, let me know, and see if we can't flick you a league invite. But yeah, we are down, which is a shame. That's okay. Still going to be some proper mega racing. Always is. But, we'll see how we end up. Is that Simon Chadwick on screen? Kicking off his hot lap. Shadows has had a bit of pace, so we'll see how he goes tonight. Just trying to see how long we've got left in this thing. 12 minutes left to register for anyone who hasn't registered and is already in the league. Get on with it. Trying to get SDK to load up, folks. Do apologise. Going on there. But anyway, Simon Chadwick will be the first across the line. He drops in a 1:14.02, so not too shabby there from chat. That Blake Urquhart dropping it into P2. I've got nothing working here for some reason. We'll figure this out on the fly, people. Thanks, Hayden. Appreciate it, Mark. Blake Urquhart rolling around. We'll sit in P3, Bo, but those straight at the top with 13.6, sorry, 13.3 now. So stepped it up a little bit more. It's possibly the good old Queensland time has thrown some people tonight. So anyway, we'll see if we can't get some more in, see if we can't get this bloody SDK working, and we can get on with it and have some fun. I don't know what has happened. But certainly not doing what it should be doing at the moment. I do apologise, but anyway, we've got Bo Albert, Simon Chadwick, Blake Urquhart, Sam Muir, Kyle Zink, Simon Bird, Robbie Bradbury, Ash Davis in P8, Corey Brand, Peter Public, and then we've got a few that still haven't set time. So Brady Myers has just jumped in last minute, so he's going to make it in. We'll see how we go. Just can't figure out why we're not getting some SDK love here, but Bo Albert well out front. Becoming a bit frustrating. May even call it here, but we'll figure it out in a second. You still got Blake still bowling laps around, so he's giving it a red hot shot. Can't figure out why we can't get the old timing tower to run up here, folks, so I do apologise. Anything playing funny buggers? Probably still out there. Joe Capone still turning laps as well from Racecraft Simulations. It should be working. Anyway, if you're out there, say g'day. Can't hurt. Alright, have we got it back? Let's see. Live session, here we go. Alright, we got the SDK back up and running. Like I said, a bit of a drop down tonight. I don't know what happened just then, do apologise. But yeah, a bit of a drop in numbers, but Brady Myers out on track. Literally, it's just going to arrive and drive. Yeah, Chattels, thanks for that. Haven't seen a couple of the boys set a time yet. Can't say that D Rudd's in here at this point. I'm hoping he jumps in as well. But there are a few that have not set times. Rick's having some issues with internet again, unfortunately. But anyway, we'll see how it goes. We've got 5 minutes left of qualifying. And tell you what, we've got Brady who's just going to arrive and drive, but oh, he's going the wide approach here. Let's see how this works out. Like I said, if anyone's out there and you want to jump in, feel free. You can absolutely do that. As as Bo said in here, still 4.5 minutes left to register. So if you're sitting on your butt watching this, you should be in here if you've registered. So as Bo said, where's everyone gone? So yeah, massive turnout last week and a huge drop this week. But obviously Christmas and everything. Just a bit of a shame that there's more people that wanted to race, but weren't able to because of registrations. So anyway, Brady's looking all right here. We'll see where he ends up from a lap time point of view. Very true, Aaron. Very true. So, Brady with a bit of a slide. That doesn't help. Into the fence. Brady into the fence. He'll have another shot. He's still got time. So, he'll... what have we got? 4 minutes to go. So, at a minute 13, it'll be sweet. But yeah, the good thing about these is the racing will still be pretty mega. Definitely the bonus. So it should be good fun into the rest of this night. Obviously, we've got 40-minute race after this, and then we have got Mount Panorama next. So again, if you want to jump in for the mountain, feel free to jump in for the mountain. It's Brady on an outlap. Apart from Ash out there, who's had a moment. No one else is out there doing laps. So at this point, it's Bo Elbert by 0.8 of a second over Simon Chadwick. And Chad's done well there as well, so that's a belter of a lap from him. But let's ride on board with Mr. Number One himself, Brady Myers. Oh, sounds like he stayed up again then. Yeah, he did. Johnny, thank you for the like, mate. Of course, Brady is our defending champ. So, apparently won another small thing called Scots, but that doesn't really rate in the scheme of things. But no, Brady is at a mega 2022. So. But did not have a mega start to this. He will get another lap in though, so that's the key part. So thanks to the 11 tuning in, do appreciate it. Just gonna have a wide swing into the it. The ironic thing is, even with that mistake, you're probably still... Well, he might have had an off track actually, so he hasn't registered anything. Nah, he did pop in a time, 17.2, so let's see where he ends up. Make sure he gets it down to second here. That's better. Looking cleaner. This will be the last lap. I don't think he'll... T-Rud's just connected. The early time slot's catching people. Busy time leading into Christmas. But, that's okay. Next week will be a bit nicer. Phillip Island for the finale. Much better lap. So this will bump Brady up the ladder. Let's see how far it pops him up. And he will get another lap in. P3 for Brady Myers with a 14.3. And considering he's done no laps. Oh, it's a straight up dropout. There you go, got that. That's loads. So anyway, we'll see what happens here. Should be good fun. We're just going to get rid of these voice chats, so you don't have to see them popping up on screen. But Bo Albert's the man with a healthy lead. Currently holding an 11-point lead over Rick Kuznetsov. Only a 13.0 lead over Brian Borg, who's not here tonight. But that is completely a-okay. And see if we can't get someone who's on track or gridding up or doing something. There we go. But yeah, so we've ended up with, let's call it 17. So not ideal, but it is what it is. But Sam Muir had an absolute belter of a race last week. An absolute belter, so, you know, well done to him. Craig also got the gridding set to 3, which is great. And obviously Brady Myers sitting there in P5. Blake Urquhart in P6 overall. Lockhart Brownlee in P6. But let's bring up the grid and quickly roll through that as we are having a bit of a look. But it's Bo Albert, P1 with an exclamation mark. Chad Hills, Simon Chadwick in P2, great job. Brady Myers P3, Blake Urquhart P4, Sam Muir, just covering him off again, he's doing a belter of a job in P5. Simon Bird in P6, Kyle Zink in P7, Robbie Bradbury in P8, Ash Davis P9, Joe Capone, Racecraft Simulations in P10. We've got Peter Pavlovic in P11, Corey Brand in P12. Great to see the Century boys in here representing. And then we've got Gianni Lutzu in P13. Did not set a time. And we've got Dylan Rudd, Rick Kuznetsov, Hayden Sell is a safety car driver, and Matt Stewart is the last one there, along with Michael Brennan starting off the back row. So, we've got a different livery on board Bo Albert's car this week. Bit of fanciness. Certainly, it's going to be a bit of a belter. Let's see how it goes. Bo was the man to beat last week. Absolutely destroyed the field. So, let's see how it goes this week for him. So, 10 seconds to go. And we are good to go. Here we go. Hard to get off the line these things. Let's see how Bo goes.
Green, green, green.
Good start. Brady Myers with a great start. Already 3 wide behind. They all get through one. It's a racecraft train. We've got, oh, big shunt. Sam Muir's had a bit of a moment here. That does not help his cause. Let's see what happens to Sam here. No, he's just had a wiggle. He's dropped a wheel on the dirt. We've talked him up. This will just loop this thing straight around. There's no recovering that. And unfortunately, from that point, there's only one way to go. He's got his brakes on the whole time. Yeah, nothing he could do there. And who was at the number 7 car? Unfortunately, Simon Bird straight to the back of him. The 888, Rick Kuznetsov, also caught up in P2, so that hurts him big time. But out front, Oh well, but flying away. We had a couple other little moments there, but all in all, a fairly clean first lap. Just not ideal for the boys, but so these boys here got the 990 along with the 956. Dylan Rudd, Gianni Lutsu, tucked in just behind him is Davis. Feels like the 9.5 Cup tonight, not the 9.5 Invitational, but that's okay. It's Rick Kuznetsov fighting his way back through. Joe Capone sitting in P9, and Michael Brennan looks like he's had a moment. He's come into tonight fairly green. Yeah, it looks like he's just caught the that little bump. Yeah, and 2 wheels and away it goes. But he'll be stoked with that. It's this is probably the battle of the battles at the moment. So it looks like Dylan Rudd's made the move on Gianni. Gianni gonna give him a little bump. Sit in queue, and then we got Walker Stewart and Robbie Bradbury as well. So we got Century cars, we got 1.9 cars, we got 9.5 cars. Here we go. Oh, way too much room from Bradbury. From Pavlovic, sorry. Into the fence hard. Keeps it running, gets it out of the fence. And then this battle rages on. I think Pavlovic thought he had to leave a little bit more room there. He didn't need to, but he did. Doing the gentlemanly thing and puts himself on the fence. I'll tell you what, if you've missed this first race and you're watching and you're meant to be racing this thing, get yourself set for Bathurst, because that's going to be an absolute belter after this race. An absolute belter. So Michael Stewart's looking pretty racy here. Another driver across 2022 who's certainly come leaps and bounds. He's having a look. This will hurt his exit though. Although, Bradbury left him some room, which actually helps a bit. Bo Elbert, meanwhile, out front is setting purples, but only 0.8 of a second up the road. If I'm reading that correctly? No, he's actually a little bit further than that. He's a couple of seconds up the road. So he has got these things absolutely dialed in. Absolutely dialed in. Obviously had a cracking set for Winton last week and the car just hooked up and went. Too many of them, Aaron. Too many of them. It's one doesn't even have the right livery or any livery on it. But anyway, that's okay. Eyes forward. Brady Myers, Simon Chadwick's doing a belter of a job in P3. Really clean drive. Like I said, he was quick in a little bit of practice last night. These things shoot flames as well. I don't know if they've got a fake exhaust out one side or not by the look of it. But look, oh, Brady's had a little bit of a lock brake, runs a bit wide. Joe Capone's had a bit of an incident. We'll go back and have a look at that. Has he done this down into turn 3, perhaps? Yeah, it's one of the things with these cars. It has a very weird amount of mid-corner grip. If you don't have them set up quite right with a little bit of slide in them, this is what happens, and they hoik the inside wheels up. And obviously with that much rotation on it, there's nothing you can do, and it just around it goes. So not ideal there for Joe. He'll get going again, but Chad's starting to put a bit of pressure on the back of brake, which is pretty mega. This battle, so Ruddy is up to D-Rud's up to there's a car on the fence. Blake Urquhart just hits the wall on the exit of the last corner, but these two boys working together. Aaron, car 1 would be the 990. I'm proud of Gianni. Gianni's done a great job. Got the right wheels on. And I reckon if we go back to Rick Kuznetsov, I reckon we'll find the wrong wheels on that as well. But it's okay. But anyway, so everyone's spread out a little bit. This is certainly the battle pack, but these boys are playing it pretty smart and safe and just trying to push towards really the back of Chadwick. So, you know, lap pace is fairly similar, so there's not a lot in it. Bo Elbert is just in a league of his own, but this has tightened up. So what are we? We're 10 minutes in, 30 to go. It is a fairly long race, but as I said, this isn't a real draft track. There's a little bit of toe down the front straight, but that's about it. We get to Bathurst after this, and I can tell you right now, it is a toe everywhere, absolutely everywhere. And Samuel's disconnected. What a shame. What a shame for him. Oh, and we just had a dropout. Who just dropped out? Brady Myers has dropped out. Oh, and he's back. Is he back? No, he's still having connection issues. We're having bloody issues everywhere here. No, he is back. So Brady with a bit of a weird one. We've got Corey Brand, who looks like he's had another moment there. Not sure if he's just rolling around to get off track. Yeah, he is. But everyone's certainly spread out a bit, but it's not too bad. So we've still got Gianni and Dylan. Dylan's just opened up a bit of a gap now. And Ash Davis, even after his knee surgery, is doing a pretty solid job. So he's ticking along quite well. But really, it's with Sam falling over, so to speak, Brian not here, and Rick having a bit of a rough one so far. I think we're going to look at potentially Brady Myers jumping up into P2, so in the championship that is, with maybe Rick dropping to P3, so we'll have to wait and see how that pans out. But like I said, if you are watching, if you want to jump in to the next race, which starts at 8 o'clock, feel free to either flick me a PM or jump into our Discord, and we'll see if we can't get you sorted out. I haven't seen the safety car yet, obviously, but that is okay. Not the end of the world. But Michael Stewart is ticking along in P9. He's up technically 9 spots, so that's not a bad effort at all. If you're out there watching, if there's any drivers you want to focus on, by all means, flick me a quick message in here and say g'day. But obviously at the moment, Bo is leading the way, just consistently banging out. low 13-second lap times, minute 13s. But yeah, fastest lap of the race by what, 2.5, 3, or 3.5 tenths. But yeah, doing a belter of a job out front. Still setting purples that last lap as well. So that's a pretty big one. Brady Myers still got Simon Chadwick right on his tail. He's not letting that go. So it's it's good. D-Rudd must have made a small mistake. Either that or they're playing a fuel game. But Johnny Lutsu has jumped through on Mr. Dylan Rudd. So we had visions of turn 2, to be honest with you, being the opportunity moment for anyone to have a big lob. We'll see if Dylan's going to push him here or if he's going to have a shot at him. He's giving him a push. Turned in early. Is he going to have a look? Nah. It's the thing with these cars too that, you know, the risk of a blown engine or anything like that's pretty low. So unless we've got a bit of an accident or something, I don't see the safety car coming out, but you never know. It may happen. It's Blake Urquhart ticking along. It still looks like Rick Kuznetsov's having, yeah, he is. He's having some internet issues still. But it's kind of in the game. Hopefully he gets all that sorted before we get to the Pro Series. I don't want any of that funky stuff happening for him, but yeah. But we had a few cars out, and obviously we had a few that were caught up in that turn 1 incident where Sam just had that little bit of a moment and dropped a couple of wheels. But I'll tell you what, it's on here. Oh, Chad with the wall clip on the way through. Doesn't appear to have damaged the car, but he's pushing it deep into that corner. It is kind of helping his exit, but not massively. Chad's not afraid to have a lob either, so we'll wait and see. He plays a smart game. What are we, 15 minutes in? Again, Brady wide, gives him the opportunity. See what, he's almost got the overlap, gives him room. This is always the awkward spot. Where do you, yeah, there's the hop of the car, and you have that little slide. Great racing from the boys there, well done. Oh, a lot of grass for Chad there. Understeering the TTR car. But, look, no one's shunting, no one's crashing. Now, Rick has closed up equally close, but let's watch these boys. Obviously, there's Brady again with that little twitch in the rear, and he pulls it up a bit nicer this time. Blake does have Rick Kuznetsov behind him, unless Rick has boxed. He has, so he's elected to come in and grab some fuel. I would assume there will be no tyres taken here. Let's have a look. I don't think you'll see this thing go up on stands. Nah, there's a fast repair, so he's happy with that. And away he goes. We've also got Ash Davis and Robbie Bradbury coming down the lane as well. And Michael Brennett stays out. So Gianni tucked up, right in front of, I should say. They're slowly pulling that gap back in with Chabak and Myers having a fight. So these boys are banging along pretty well. But again, Blake Urquhart doing a great job. He's down 2 spots, but he was a little bit hindered in that opening lap soiree, so to speak. So he's not doing too bad. He's not doing too bad. So Rick is fueled as Blake dives to the pit. So the thought there, I guess, he's trying to cover off Rick, who was on a bit of a charge, but possibly a pit stop just to stop and let the cars cool down. Might be a bit of an outlap advantage. It'd be interesting to see, but who knows at this point. This battle's just settled down a bit. Again, you can see that inside wheel hop. And with these cars, as soon as it starts bouncing, I mean, you can be on the throttle, but you effectively get all 4. There it is again, that same hop. As the tyres disappear into the earth, but you see a little bit here as well, over the top. Just bang, a little bit of a bounce, and then sometimes into here. But great little fun car. iRacing, obviously along with Toyota, have done a great job. But yeah, absolute belter. But let's have a look and see. Oh, a little bit of rear wheel left. Here's the opportunity for Rick, and he will have a look. Oh, I'll tell you what. He's done well there. Blake certainly, a bit of a net code. But Rick gets the job done, so great job, Arik Kuznetsov. So he made that little undercut work. There's really not a lot of action outside of that at the moment. We've got these 2 cars still going at it for 2nd and 3rd. Where's Chadwick in the championship? He was sitting in, he had a bit of a rough run, so he was P18, so he's not a contender at the moment, but after tonight, and a good run here, you never know where he's going to end up. But this man has, and who have we got in front of him? It looks like, I'm going to go with Ash Davis, is it? It is, so Poe is absolutely stonking it. And also Gianni's had a bit of a moment. Hasn't lost a lot of time, but he's had an off as well. Capone sitting in 9th. He's got a lap down, but still fighting a good fight. Gets out of the way, did a great job there. So, interesting to see how long Bo goes. Again, I can tell you, some of these drivers would be hoping for a safety car, and some would be absolutely praying that there isn't one. So, again, this is closed up, so Joe's just getting that run. See if he can't flick it back here. And I'll tell you what, this is where the boys were really good last lap, or last time through. Oh! Absolutely threw it in there. Still side by side. Did not lift around the outside. What a move. Chadwick up to P2. He'll be giving himself a little fist pump after that. That was an absolute mega move around the outside. Threw it hard into turn 4. And he's made a mistake. Of course, the top 5 have not pitted. So, and here's the run. So, a bit understeer though. Made a little bit of contact in the back. Or is he going to box? He's not. He's doing the last minute fence dive. A little bit of damage on the front left. Looks like there might have been just a little bit of contact at the last corner there, but now it's Chad's turn to go deep, but he pulls it up. Again, this is the beauty of these cars, is that just because you get the position doesn't mean you're safe. They are a real follow the leader type car, but this battle is going mega. Because Gianni has closed up on the back of. We're going to stay with this though, but just behind there you can see Gianni and Rudden Lutsu. Only 0.2 of a second separating them. So be interesting to see where and how they end up. God, Dylan's car would look a lot better with those chrome rims, wouldn't it? But you can see, just sitting there, Gianni a little bit earlier on the brakes. And Chadwick into the fence on entry. He does have a fast repair though, so he'll get away with that. Ultra committed into pit lane, but that was that's boys. Chadwick and Myers would be wishing that the checkered flag was just around the corner, because these two have been on a tear. So working together, pushing forward through the pack. Johnny hasn't done many laps at all around here, but Rick is Rick struggled tonight. He's 40 seconds back off Bo at the moment. Thereabouts. And Chaddles is, I'll tell you what, Chad's lost a position to Rick. I think Chad has accidentally taken tyres here. Let's go back and just have a quick look. Sorry, I'm going to do the dodgy replay, but he's taken tyres. That has cost him a podium. What this does, oh, that hurts. So now it's an outright battle for the podium with Gianni Lutsu and Dylan Rudd. That is an absolute shame for Chaddles. He'll be gutted with that. But up to that point was an absolutely mega drive, and you don't know who else is still going to do what. So, and if there is a safety car, Chad's going to be in P6, worst case, with fresh tyres. So we'll have to wait and see what happens there. But and then Peter Pavlovic's had to disconnect as well, so that's a bit of a shame. These boys have just 7th fly. We've got Bo Orbit in the pits. So, Bo boxes. What are these two doing? They're boxing. And it's contact in the pit lane. Proper contact in the pit lane. It'll be interesting to see who jumps out in front. But we've got everyone in pit lane. The top 4 are in. Except, sorry, Brady has stayed out. So... So this is going to be the interesting one because we'll keep an eye on the pit service time. They just dropped. So Dylan Rudd was 12.1 versus 11.3 for Gianni. So Gianni's come out in front. Bo's obviously come out in P1 up the road. But the big question is, when does Brady pit and where does he come out? So Bo's opened up a 15.8 second margin over Gianni Lusso at the moment, and he's absolutely flying. I'm sure the guys in race control are itching to pull a safety car, but so here he is. He's in. I'll tell you what, that's ultra committed. Has he got away with it? He has. That was an ultra committed entry. The Gianni's just got that 1 second advantage in the stop, so he's just opened up to 1.2 seconds. Feels like I said, a bit of a 95 SS Cup out there at the moment. From P3 back to P6 is all 95 drivers. Brennan in P10 as well. Ash Davis in P8. So that's quite interesting. So here come the boys down the straight. Are they going to get to Brady? Oh, they're a fair way back. So Brady was a very quick stop. That entry certainly helped him. So he's come out 3 seconds up the road. Quite handy. Hayden just saying they're a bit bored. So yeah, shout out to Craig Hayden and Mazomo for jumping in tonight again. Yeah, bit of a shame that the numbers have dropped. Let's hope the Bathurst race has a few more in it, and it's a bit more entertaining for everyone. But yeah, whilst we are going round and round, whilst we are going around, a quick shout out to our sponsors, of course, because that's what all this is about. Promoting sponsors and Racecraft Simulations. Johnny, absolute 990 saw a kangaroo come throw a safety car. We'll open it up to the poll. We'll open safety car can have what it wants. We'll open up for a poll for Bathurst if we get in this position, but don't want to cause any controversy up front if it's something that goes on. So this is an accident. It'll be green to the finish, which is just under 10 minutes to go. So, but again, so shout out to our sponsors, Racecraft Simulations, RSW Graphics. Ross, thanks mate, just sent me through a bombshell of a livery for the Audi GT3 car. Thank you, man. Racing Ears, Custom Ears Protection, of course. Cutting Edge Tracks, Turn In Race Apparel, and Riley Bilson from RB Media. Thank you for all your support in 2022, and happy to say we'll have the same lineup heading into 2023. But look, lap times all very even. Bo's just in a league of his own. He's popping out just consistent 13.3s. Brady, Gianni, Dylan Rudd, Rick Kuznetsov, they're all doing identical times in the 13.5s, 13.4s. Shadows, again, he'd be kicking himself just a little bit further back now, but yeah, he's still sitting in around those 13.9s. But he's had a great night. So apart from these two boys, there's a lot of battling going on at the moment. It's a bit of a shame, but at the same time, good clean driving from everyone, so that's good. Wouldn't be devastated if someone put it in the fence somewhere, but is you're out there. What are you all doing? Yeah, thanks, Steve. Trying, mate. Trying. We're giving it a whirl. But what's everyone up to for Christmas? Let's talk all the good stuff. Who's eating and drinking too much? But last lap, 13.17 for Bo Elbert. Sets an absolute scorcher. Fastest lap of the race with just under 8 minutes to go. So that thing is starting to come to life. And to be honest, everyone's starting to set fastest laps. So on that last lap, and we'll get an indication when Rick crosses the line here too, but everyone has basically set a fastest lap of the race on that last lap in the top 5 anyway. So, yeah, cars light on fuel and they're absolutely ticking along. But like I said, we've still got Bathurst after this, so if you're watching and you're registered for the league, get your ass into your sim and get into it, because I can assure you, these things and Bathurst are actually an absolute hoot and an absolute ball to drive. So you literally are bump drafting up over the hill and down the hill. It's pretty mega. But hope you're well though, Stephen. Hope you're having a good one, mate. The Ruddies starting to close up on the back of Gianni here. So battle for the podium. You've got Gianni, Dylan and Rick up 10 spots each. And then it's Michael Brenner as well. We know he hasn't got the livery on. It could just be a trading paints issue. But there's a bit of a hurry up, Mr. Bradbury, as he comes in. It's Rob had a bit of a bad run out of that call, out of one of those corners there. But let's see how these two shape up down into turn 2. They should call these the 86 Bombers, because you can send it from a long way back in these things, but the challenge with them is you can stop them, but then you struggle to get them off the corner. So there we go, bit of side by side. Plenty of room given from both, and it looks like Robbie's just... there's the fun in that, boys. Robbie's played the smart game there and just... Oh, he was down a lap, was he? Sorry, I've got the bloody timing all wrong here. I've got a glitch or what the go is. But anyway, Ash Davis also doing a belter of a job, sitting P9. But he's the last car on the lead lap, so he'll be hoping to hold on to that. Again, just trying to find. Unfortunately, the 1.9 cars have had a stinker, and there's actually none left in here. So I can't even bring those boys up on screen, but we've got just over 4 minutes to go. What we'll do is we'll jump on board for a lap around Oran Park with Mr. Bo Elbert, who is well on his way to securing P1 in this championship after this. But we'll jump on board, listen to the sights and sounds of Bo Elbert around Oran Park in the 86. and my mic's been on mute. Cop that. It's 13:01 to Johnny Lutsu. There's Brady again. He's had another moment. Oh, he's gone defensive. Oh, is that a blink? Oh, no, where is he? Oh, where is he? There he is. He's back in front. Oh, never good moments when that happens. You never know where the car is. The boys did a great job to get through that. But Johnny pushing right up on the back of Brady. Mega racing. Johnny trying to keep his nose around the outside. Couldn't quite do it. This opens it up to Dylan. Oh, this is mega. Bo starts the last lap, but we're not going to take our eyes over this. I'll tell you what, there's going to be... Brady's no doubt going to go defensive into one here, into two here. No! Johnny up the inside. Oh, it's come alive. The last lap of this race has absolutely come alive. Dylan sticks his nose in. Gives... Oh, that's brilliant. Great racing from all three there. Brady survives the attack. Two wheels again. Does he blink? No, he doesn't. He's really got just one corner left to defend. Ross, thanks for the like, mate. You joined us at a great time. Oh, big moment. That hurts the momentum a bit. Johnny right up underneath the rear wing. Bo has crossed the line effectively in P1, but this is on. Brady will go defensive. Johnny to the outside, holds him up. Dylan up the inside. Dylan through to P3. Johnny. Absolutely mega, but Bo Elbert, take a bow, mate. That was an absolute belter of a drive, but what a finish. What a finish between Brady Myers, Dylan Rudd, and Gianni Lutsu. That was absolutely incredible. Wow, we'll get to the results in just a second here, but that was an absolute belter of a finish. Who needs a safety car? That was mega. I'm just going to roll back a lap here and just roll through, but that was absolutely outstanding. Hey, John. How are you, mate? Well, if you're stuck on a job, Jesus. But, wow. I'll tell you what, we'll bring up, straight away, Bo Elbert, given that he's the man in the green room and the man with a 16-second margin. Bo, slow down.
No.
Mega drive again, mate. Mega drive.
Yeah, no, that one wasn't too easy. It's pretty humid here today, so 40-minute race, at a track that requires such high concentration. Definitely had to work for it, even though it might have looked a little bit easy at times. But nah, once again, the car was really, really good. And I'm sort of glad to win this race because there is zero chance of breaking away at Bathurst. It's going to be just the entire field stuck together. So at least I can cross off one win for the night. And whatever happens at Bathurst, then, it is what it is.
Indeed, mate. Yeah, Bathurst, I've been spruiking it up, hoping that some of these people that are registered for this thing turn up for Bathurst. But yeah, look, Bathurst is going to be mega, and you're right. I mean, there's a tow from the start line to the finish line, so it's it should be an absolute ball to see how that one goes.
Yeah, absolutely. And, it's one of those races where you can think you're out of it, halfway through, but until, it comes down to that final run down Conrod Straight and into the chase on the last lap, you don't know where you're going to finish. So we'll have a bit of fun. Obviously, I think Kuznetsov had a bit of a rough race there, so we've got a nice points margin in terms of the title now. So I think really we can afford to have a bit of fun at Bathurst and just not think about championship too much, just go for the win.
That's it, mate. Awesome, mate. Well, I'll see you there, and we'll possibly be speaking again.
Brilliant. See you guys.
See you, mate. We'll bring Mr. Dylan Rudd up because Brady's having some mic issues apparently. But what a finish, mate.
Yeah, it was pretty fun.
We went to kangaroo. I heard reports of a kangaroo in the middle of the race.
Yeah, I thought that was going to be a safety car. Safety hazard, but Yeah, it was jumping out of the last corner there on the front straight there.
That's no good, mate. That's no good. No, if they go housing there now, they're not going to have that anymore. But
No, yeah.
but well done, mate. You almost the last of the first challenge there. You didn't get a lap in quali, and you and Gianni worked well together and pushed through, and almost had Brady at the end.
Yeah, it was close. I didn't really was doing something prior, so I didn't have time to jump in and do quali, but made it a bit more interesting, a bit more exciting.
Indeed. Now, mate, there was commentary from the paddock. It didn't come from me that your wheel colour's not right in your car. So just pointing that out. I wouldn't say something like that, but you know. But no, well done, man. It was a great race and great way to finish it. Well done.
Cheers.
And, Mr. Brady Myers, have you got a microphone? No, he doesn't. Are you there?
Hello?
Oh, got him. Are you there, mate?
Yes.
Haha.
Yes, I'm here.
Well done, mate. What a finish.
Yeah, that was a good race, wasn't it? I don't know what happened to my thing. It was just bogged in a straight line, but it was good fun. Last few laps, it was on for young and old.
Absolutely. Yeah, it didn't look like there was any damage on your car, but yeah, it looked like something sapped out of it because it dropped a few tenths in the back end of it there, but you held on.
Yeah, no, it was I don't know. It was I turned my fast repair on just to see if it cleared anything, and it took it. So I'm not sure if I set the car too low or for what happened, but yeah, no, it was good fun. Big good respectful racing between Dylan, Gianni, and myself. So that was good.
Yeah, proper mega, mate. It was a good way to finish a race that was fairly uneventful, but yeah, but if any of the boys are about, mate, and they're going to jump in for Bathurst, tell them to get in for Bathurst, yeah?
Yeah, I'll pester them.
Awesome, mate. Thank you.
Cheers. Thanks.
That sums up the first race. Obviously, absolute belter. We'll bring up the results here quickly. This was the absolute finish that you wanted, but Bo Elbert absolutely smoked him. 16 seconds up the road, but as he said, Bathurst, completely different story. That is a start line to finish line draft track, so it should be pretty intense. You're pretty much flat, I reckon, for 90% of the lap. So, but Brady Myers did a great job. No practice, jumped straight in and finished up in P2. Bit of a what could have been with Dylan Rudd and Gianni Lutzu, both shown as privateers there, but obviously 9.5 Sim Sport drivers. But both started towards the back, so it would have been interesting to see if they had it qualified and where they would have ended up. But there's the big lunge from Dylan at the end there, and got it up the inside of Gianni. But Rick Kuznetsov in P5. Simon Chadwick, he'll be gutted, absolutely gutted that he had his tyres turned on at that pit stop. 13 seconds would have put him certainly into that P4, P5 battle. So, which, let's face it, turned into a P2 to P4 battle at the end there. But yeah, really, really strong. Blake Urquhart did well to finish in P7. Ash Davis, great drive in P8. Robbie Bradbury in P9. Of course, Michael Brennan, 95 Sim Sport, drove up into P10. Joe Capone had a bit of a rough night, P11. Simon Bird, P12. Matt Stewart, P13. Corey Brand, P14. Peter Pavlovic in P15. Kyle Zink had a shocker, is the easiest way to put it for him, unfortunately. But and then Hayden Sell, obviously, safety car driver, somehow manages to finish ahead of Sam Muir, who had that unfortunate incident at the start. But we have got 8 minutes until race 2 is up. I cannot stress it enough, folks. If you have registered for this league, get your ass in the sim and get ready for the mountain, because it is going to be an absolute belter. There's a lot to play for. There is, of course, prize money for P1, 2 and 3, and there is prize money for a random car selected that is competed in the series. So get your butt in there and let's have some fun tonight. But at the moment, it's looking pretty strong, and I reckon if we were to jump out, we're going to do what you shouldn't normally do. We're going to jump out of here. We're just going to quickly cover up. Just missing something here, just 2 seconds. We're just going to quickly do this. And save. That's that. So perfection, and we will have this up in a moment. Hoping that I can bring up the current championship points, folks, and let you know where everyone is sitting at the moment. Seasons, view seasons, and we have it live and updated. So we can drop off the old results page now. We're going to have to close SDK here, aren't we? Just to be clever. There we go. All right. So there's your current championship points. So Bo Albert is 3 from 3 with an average start of 1 and 1. Absolute belter. Ricketts Netsov up into P2, or sitting in P2, sorry, that has not changed with 101 points. Brady Myers in P3, so he's moved up on 92 points. And let's just be clear here, there's nothing separating these guys. One bad race, championship is completely turned around. Blake Urquhart sitting in P4. Sam Muir's still P5, so that goes to show he's still in the hunt. Absolutely still in the hunt. There is points down to 40th, so as long as you get in here and start racing, you will be safe. Robbie Bradbury, Simon Chadwick, again, he'd be gutted. Ash Davis, they're tied for 7th. Matt Stewart in 9, and Brian Bork still sitting in P10. So who knows, Brian might still be able to jump in tonight. We'll see how that goes. But we will very quickly jump off for a bit of a break. We've only got a few minutes. We've got 6 minutes until the next server goes up. So we will get back to that action real soon. But I'm just going to go and take a very quick break. Hashtag grab myself a drink. And be back. But please don't go anywhere. 18 viewers, wicked to see. If you've got any questions, comments, feedback, by all means, drop it in. But like I said, if you registered for this league, you've taken someone's spot, let's get in, have some fun, and give it a big send around Map Panorama tonight. And of course, don't forget, we've got the final round next week at Phillip Island for a, let's call it a triple heat format. Qualifying, grid, reverse grid, and points to set the grid for the final. But we're not going anywhere. We're just going to change our screen for a moment. We will be back in roughly 5 minutes to kick off what is going to be a great finish at Mount Panorama. Drink in hand, I am back. I am back. I gotta say, I just almost a dream come true moment with my lovely fiance. We walked out of the sim room, walked out into the lounge room, and there was motorsport on television. It's almost just a dream. But yeah, so anyway, we've got points up. Bo, if you haven't seen it, mate, and you're still watching there for a moment, I think you're in the lead. I don't know what this team thing is. We don't have team, so we are using the NASCAR format, FYI, folks. But yeah, it's a nice, easy way to keep in check. But we have obviously got only the 86. But yeah, we did have a lot more drivers. Now we don't. But that's okay. We'll see how many turn out for the mountain. And yeah, mate, those privateers are going places. But we'll see. But quick review. Obviously, we'll have a look at this while we're here as well. Just waiting for the next server to pop up. But Gianni ended up with fastest lap of the race. They came on, both him and D-Rud, they came on very strong right at the back end. And Brady just struggled a little bit in those last few laps. So yeah, obviously everything's out the window now. We head to Bathurst. I've heard everyone's going to run full wing and maximum rake, so these things are ultra slow in a straight line. Does that sound about right? But yeah, so yeah, Gianni with fastest lap, but Bo obviously Mr. Consistent, just banging out. Well, I mean, average lap time is a 14.8, but yeah, just banging out consistently 13.3s, 13.3s, 13.3s. So absolutely mega. But yeah, everyone all the way through did an absolute belter of a job. So we should have not quite ready. But yeah, so absolutely well done. I do like how racing do their. Don't forget to put your tire pressures to. You know what? There's probably something in that, Bo. There's probably something in that, mate. New livery tonight, mate, or was that just a trading paint splits? I noticed you weren't running the Subaru tonight. Yeah, look out. Oh, mate, has that got any team branding on it, mate, or is that just Bo Elbert Sim Racing? But no matter what you run it, mate, you're bloody quick. So do feel for Chattels. I've got to say, yeah, do feel for Chattels. Not popping pop tires on, I should say, which certainly wasn't ideal. Remember to join as a spectator, Sean, not a freaking driver again. That said, yeah, good on you, man. Good on ya. But here we rock and roll. Whilst we're on screen, whilst I've got that on screen, we should just remind everyone on the back of our supercars, we do run no social hate banners. Just a gentle plug-in reminder for all to everyone does get a bit heated at times, and people can say things that they don't necessarily mean at the time. But just remember, someone could be having a bad day. You never know what you say may affect or impact how they're feeling or what they're doing. So be there for someone, and it's okay to be not okay. So make sure you reach out if you ever need a chat. And I know the boys at 95 Sim Sport, big supporters of that, and their messenger or chat is always open. So if anyone ever needs anything, you know where to call. So eyes forward to the mountain. Again, next week, completely different format to what we've been running these couple of weeks. That's the that is the safety car. By all means, It does not do the jump. Craig may blow it up. So we'll head that way. Oh, you can still hear the thing in the background. I can, you can't. There you go. Craig's just popped the motor in the safety car, so that's okay. But well, look, we've got people pouring in at the moment, so that's always a good sign. Pretty much the same people we had in the first race. Let's hope we get a few more. I haven't got any messages or anything, so that's a-okay. But we may change it for next week. Might get the safety cars out there for a bit of, bit of a blap in practice as well. Give them a bit of a chance. But and yeah, certainly confirmed that we did have D-Ruddy didn't even change his rims. The brutality of it. Blake back in here. We got Brady back in. So it looks like we've got everyone that lined up for race 1 is backport race 2. There's still, we'll just bring it up on screen, but there's still 24 minutes left to get your butts in here if you're not in here. So let's go. On, not come one, but yeah, so there we go. Come on is much better than come one. There we go. But you're looking at a 2-minute 30. Look, what's the weather in here? Let's have a quick look. It's not even bringing it up. That's handy. Race info, here we go. Don't mind the information on the screen, but still not bringing it up. What's going on now? We've got the same problem we did before. No, we just haven't unhid this. Copied that. So track temp is 22, or air temp is 22, sorry. Track is too hard to read at this point in time. Track temperature is 23 degrees. So track's going to be pretty quick. So that's always a good thing. And we'll see how we go. But yeah, it's going to be a 2-minute 31, 32 lap. Qualifying, you would think, would be in the 32s, 33s. No tow. So race pace is going to be quicker. But I tell you what, the action up over the top will be pretty intense. So I will be back in just one moment, folks. Right, and I am back. That is the safety truck. Already missing a fender, but you know what? That's probably a question for Hayden. But Look, the safety truck is much quicker around here than the with a setup. I would say is quicker for sure. But this is how incredible it is. We're 8 minutes in, and this is actually going to be the first timed lap. So Dylan Rudd will be the first car across the line to set an actual time, 31.6. So there you go. So 2:31 is certainly going to be the pace, and then yeah, 33 just behind there. Ash Davis with a 33. So you got Rick Kuznetsov. Hopefully, look, it's like a 9.5 train. Who's that Gianni back there? That's Brennan. So Brennan's got livery on. In practice last night, Rick continually forgot that people were beside him, so that should be good tonight as well. But Brennan's got his livery on, and he's got his wheel colour right. Look at that. And he's got the 950 on as well. So, like Urquhart, Coles Inc. back in. Gianni Lutzu, of course, announced with GRM to be heading over and to Tasmania with Marcus Ambrose to do the combine, jumping in a bunch of different cars, and that's going to be mega for him. And he's only a young fellow with hopefully a big future ahead of him. So back to Craig. But and we've got another 9.5 car, so it is a 9.5 train, it feels like. Simon Bird. Great to see people jumping back in, by the way. I mean, even Simon had a rough run that last one, but was happy and keen to jump back in. Peter Pavlovic, Corey Brand as well. There's Hayden Sells. So hopefully we got someone doing race control at some point, but yeah. But we will see what the comparisons are, FYI. If Hayden continues to set times here. Craig Schulz. Where's Craig? Craig's coming up over the top. So he did a 37.05. Let's get a series going with these things on circuits, eh? I'll tell you what, his second lap in, he's actually got this thing half understood. I reckon Hayden may have shared a... oh! Kept it off the fence at least, but... apart from that mistake, Hayden, sorry Aaron, just to confirm, so second quicker down the straights. Down Mountain Straight anyway. Here we go. This will be the... Here's a perfect test for it. It'll run out of puff. That's the only thing. There's a comparison for you. Have a go at that. Are they going to try and... Nah, Craig's lifted. No, he hasn't. He's just been shopped. It's on the... Who was in front? Simon Chadwick. So anyway, a bit of fun for the boys. Seeing how they go. But Hayden set a purple in the first sector in the truck. So, yeah, it's about a second and a half quicker down the straights. Similar down Conrod, though. Someone's... Guys, a bit of an expression session, which is fine. Get it out of your system, lads. These things do actually do skids. Not very well, but... Anyway. There is a race to be had, so we have a couple minutes left to practice. D-Ruddy up top. Lutzu P2. Simon Bird P3. Ash Davis P4. Blake Urquhart P5. Simon Chadwick P6. Breno in P7. Yeah, pit party. But We've got some out there doing practice, which is good. Looks like Ash has grabbed the fence over the top. Laid under brakes. Oh, I'll tell you what, that thing took the curb quite well. Can't tell who's in this pack here, to be honest with you. I think Bo's doing some skids. We've got the safety truck doing some skids. But anyway, practice is almost over. We'll let these boys get this out of their system. And hopefully we... Brady's had a connection drop out. So hopefully he gets that sorted and gets straight back in. Hard to do good skids in these things, I reckon, Johnny. But look, A for effort, or E. We'll give you an E for effort. Look, there are more than 11 cars in here, I can tell you that. It's just got a bunch that haven't set times, so not as big a turnout as we would have liked for night 2, for week 2 I should say, but that's okay. A busy time of year for all, and after all, it's just a bit of a fun series to say thanks to all our supporters and friends and so forth. But Brady has connected back in, which is great news. If anyone is still interested in jumping in that is registered for the league, you still have approximately 14 minutes, so get it done. Anyway, we are about to see some action. The $1 million question is, what is Bo Albert's pace like at the mountain? Do people drop fuel out of it? Do people leave the tank capacity in it? All those questions. That's the $1 million bits. But the beauty of these cars is they just get quicker and quicker and quicker. So there's no concern about having a slide like that and hurting the tyres much. You can get away with it. As Bo said, his livery tonight is compliments of tradingpeaks.com. If you are watching, don't forget, if you're not across it, you should be, but obviously the PR86 is free content, so you can jump on it, download it, free of charge, and start fanging it around. But it's a really good fun car to drive, and the more time you put into it, I can tell you, the more fun it becomes. It is going to be interesting. Hopefully we get boys out doing qualifying, because we don't want everyone starting at the back trying to fight to the front, but we'll see how that all goes. Tyre warming. So we've got Simon Bird not far behind, Corey Brand, Chadwick, Pavlik coming down the hill. But for lap 1, we've got Brady back in the server, which is great. He had a bit of a drop out there for a moment. But we'll watch the man, the guy that has dominated this series. 3 from 3 so far, 3 poles, 3 race wins, 2 fastest laps. But, let's see how it goes. It's that little bounce these things get over the curb, but good exit. Does he go to second, or does he stay in third? Second gear it is. Be a quick upshift. Bang. So again, like we said last week, these are a momentum car, and you know, this track is the ultimate momentum track. It's wide open throttle. Effectively, from this point, you've got 2 spots that you brake for the next 3 or 4 kilometers. Everywhere else is flat. Nice and tidy through there. Didn't use all the exits. They probably could have carried a little bit more speed in. Nice and wide. It gets that. Tell you what, it hooks up nice in the back there for him. It's sunk down in the rear and shot around the cutting. Up under the Fujitsu bridge. Use every bit of track here. And you can, because you can see it coming from 20 seconds away. But again, flat. Doesn't use all the track. That's smart. Using too much track in these things is time. So he keeps it nice and narrow. Will he go up a gear? Yes, he does. And again, flat over the top. You are literally flat into the S's all the way down. Nice and tight. Bit of a slide. Mega. A little bit of rear slide here. Watch. Well, it's pretty tame. Nice on the throttle. Keeps it off the wall. See if we can't bring up the driver dashboard. But we've got Simon Bird's gone purple in the second sector. Bo's got it everywhere else at this point, but Simon Bird has gone purple in the second, so that's solid from him. But this lap's shaping up to be into the 30s. What do we have? We have a 2 minute. Oh, wow. 2 minute 30.327. Simon Bird with a 32.77. Blake Urquhart crosses the line with a 33.0. So they're in order at the moment. Ash Davis down to the last corner. How does he shape up? He's had a contact. You see that front right. So he's had a 0 times there, so that hasn't worked out for him. Peter Pavlovic across the line. What can he do? Equally, he's had a contact. Kyle Zink with a 34.011 drops it into P4. Robbie Bradbury is on a lap. Brady Myers is setting purple sectors. Oh, as Robbie has a bit of a moment, just a little bit too hot. As Bo Elbert steals a purple back. It's blow for blow for these guys. This is certainly on track for P2. Maybe around a 30.6, 30.7 maybe. Strong lap regardless. 30.6, there it is, right in the middle, 30.66. So picked it pretty well there, but pretty solid effort. Chadwick is on a decent lap as well. Tell you what, Chadwick will go a low 30.6 here. No. He had a he might have had a 0 times on that lap. Joe Capone comes across the line. What does he do? Some of these boys, so they've had 0 X's, but Bo Elbert has, Brady Myers has gone purple in the third sector, by the way, but Bo Elbert has set so far 3 more purple sectors, or 2 more purple sectors in this run. How far does it move him up? Will he be the first driver into the 29s? Here he goes to the line at 30.097. We'll keep an eye on him. Simon Bird matches his time. Blake Urquhart, what can he do? From a 33, he's gone slower. 1.7 seconds off where he was. Kyle Zink has the thing all 4 off the ground through the chase. Is it an improvement? That's the question. No, he's had a 0 times there as well. Peter Pavlovic He gets the time on the board with a 36.05. Ash Davis. He's setting times, that's for sure, but car looks cleaner. He hasn't had an off-track yet that we can see. You don't see them if it's a 0 times, obviously, but oh, is that it? He kept it off the wall. He's not having fun, I can tell you that. But Robbie Bradbury, here he comes. He had a big moment, obviously. So he'll improve on this lap. Where does it put him, though? He does a... No, he had a 0 times as well. So a lot of these boys struggling to get this thing up over the top. Brady Myers, does he improve on this lap? No. Another driver who's had an indiscretion somewhere. Well, these things sound like jets coming into here. We'll stay with Brady on this one. Simon Chadwick gets the time on the board, a 32.14. Be nice to see some of the 9.5 boys out there turning small laps, but looks like they're going to start towards the back. Just one of those little contacts there, so that might be enough just to throw it. But how good does the TTR livery look? So simple, but very effective. Obviously, Brady having a stellar season in Scops this year, pick up the championship. Absolutely mega season all year for him. Always wide, had to go down. Oh, big flick. That's hurt. Into the fence. Job done. Bo's still going. He's gone for another lap. So he did. He cooled that last one down. So actually, a 2 minute 39.19 on that last lap. So we'll go pick up Joe Capone. And in saying that, he's just gone purple in the first. But we'll keep an eye on Joe up over the top. Racecraft livery done by RSW Graphics. Of course, on the front bumper there, you see that, and on the rear, TI, turn in, race apparel. Go check out the all-new clothing brand out of Perth. Looking for team merchandise or just general racewear, go check out Turn In Race Apparel. You can click on the links in any of our posts. Joe, I've got to leave you. Bo is setting purples like there is no tomorrow. That car is just hooked up. Another purple. So he's gone purple in sector 1, 2, and 4. It's wide. Oh, has he touched the wall? He was ultra committed into there. He'll be filthy if he's touched that wall. This lap was on for a 29. Let's see what happens. He has got an off-track against his name. I don't know if that's just popped up then or if that's an outstanding one. 218 kilometers an hour in these things. That's right. I think you can do that in fourth gear in a supercar, but let's see what this looks like. Yeah, I've got a feeling that was an off-track. Got a feeling he might have got a 0 times for that, or I could be wrong. Let's see. It's not. A 29.95. A 949, sorry if we're getting technical. A 29.949. I think 95 sounds better, Bo. Just saying, mate. But 29.949, and I can tell you he threw away a good tenth or two in sector 5. So that was an absolute blinder. Have we? Oh, this isn't. There we go. I think we've got all the times in now. Everything's wrapped up. But Joe's the only one left out there. So, Dylan, Gianni, Rick, Corey, and Michael haven't set time, so they're going to be coming from the back. So yeah, we'll see how those boys go. Hopefully, smart and sensible, which I'm sure they will be, and we'll see them work their way through the field and create a bit of entertainment. So. But yeah, again, it's a bit of a shame we've had a numbers drop tonight. It's not 10 drivers, by the way. There is more than that. But compared to the 40-something that we had last week, significant drop-off. So not sure what's happened there. But as we've said, it is a busy time of year. And it doesn't always work for everyone. But hopefully we get our numbers back for next week. And just caught the grass on entry there. This lap. That'd probably be a 0 times for him there, but he's only just got to the line and we have blottoed out. But good time. So 4 from 4. Bo Elbert absolutely crushes it again. P1. Brady Myers out of P2, so it's going to be a great little battle. Blake Urquhart in P3, Simon Chadwick in P4, Simon Bird in P5, Ash Davis in P6, Robbie Bradbury out of P7, Kyle Zink in P8, Joe Capone in P9, Peter Pavlik in P10, Gianni Lutzu, Dylan Rudd, Rick Kuznetsov, Michael Brennan, and Corey Brand did not set a time. There is no procedure, Hayden, for echidnas or kangaroos. Full race yellow flag conditions. Yeah, let's hope everyone can behave themselves, give each other plenty of room. I think Craig's given a little briefing now from race control. So a big shout out to of course, Hayden Sell, Simon Mazzomo tonight as well. And of course, Craig Schulz for jumping into race control. Exactly what you're saying there, mate, is I reckon hopefully what Craig is saying right now about give some racing room over the top, be smart, you need to be there at the end. So you can run these things too wide all the way over the top. And you can do it pretty comfortably, but coming down through the S's is where it gets pretty entertaining and not too comfortable. So these things move around a lot under brakes. So anyway, we'll see how it all ends up. Look at those cars glistening. Hopefully the stream looks good. The sound's fine. Certainly looks good on my bloody screen. So hopefully the cars look as shiny and gorgeous as ever. But those now gridded up. Bring that up a bit later, but so we've got a little bit of time. Jeff for echidnas at the cutting. Look, obviously the consequences here are a fair bit higher, so you know chances of a safety car are certainly a bit higher. But we'll wait and see. But look, 15 drivers, not ideal, not as many as we would have liked, but hopefully, like I said, Phillip Island's going to be mega for the final, and hopefully we get a bunch of people back for that. So if not, we'll remove a few and we'll open it up to more people. So keep your eyes out on the socials this week, and we'll go from there. But not too far to go, probably about 5 seconds, but normally it's a few seconds after that. So let's see how we go. Oh, Bo's head bobbing around in the car there. On the flashes, here we go. Surely 3 minutes 20 in here. I don't know, how long did the grid get set for? This is dragging on. Here we go.
Green flag, green flag.
Do they all get away? They're starting to get the hang of starting these things. They're not easy. They are not easy, but Bo with a great start. Everyone with a great start, really. So everyone rolls in. Everyone gets through there pretty cleanly. We've got two wide action here coming down into... Just up ahead here, we've got Chadwick and we have got Blake Urquhart. Chadwick around the outside, it's a bit of contact. Blake tries to give him room. There's a little bit of a squeeze, but not too much there. Let's see how that run goes up the hill now, as we've got an I-55 who's just... Looks like a weird net code there, but certainly... certainly gave him a bit of help. Let's quickly roll back and have a look at that. Sorry, my bits aren't coming up here, but... yeah, he's giving him a bit of a rub. Not ideal there from Ash. We don't have events recording at the moment, which is a bit of a shame, but we'll figure that out as well. But we might have to reboot that as well. Anyway, Blake's going pretty well. Obviously this little action pack in behind. Cars everywhere. Oh, there's contact again. Who was that? Bit of a gang up there. A little bit of contact coming down the hill. That's two Century cars that have been roughed up a bit in the opening lap here, but if these boys aren't careful, they'll take themselves out. But it's Bo who's again broken away. He's broken that toe over the top. Leads the first lap. Apologise, I was going to reboot SDK again because we're not picking up some data for some reason on some things. But that is back. We are flying, and yep, we are now picking up data. We've had a crash with Corey Brand by the look of it. What's happened here? Has he just had a moment coming down into the last corner? Maybe he's just caught the grass here. Was a bit of a weird one. Kyle Zink is rolling. Now it hasn't picked up that, so we're just going to have a quick look and see what's happened here with Kyle. He has had contact, possibly. Oh, it might be a bit of teammate on teammate here. It is. I didn't quite see him there, and a bit of an ugly netcode, but it's not what Kyle would have wanted, but he has got it back to pit lane, so well done to him. Alright, looks like D-Rud's had a bit of a moment and slid back as well, so... But this is still on, so Blake is giving it to Ash Davis at the moment, which is great to see. do apologise to everyone, but our timing has gone to custard here. We need to do a bit of a reload and see what happens. Just one thing after another tonight with SDK, unfortunately, but it will be operator error, not SDK, that's for sure. We'll start bringing this back up again. Hopefully this corrects itself. And it looks like it now has. We are back and it is working. But Brady Myers closing the gap and closing it quickly. He was 1 second quicker that last lap. Well, 0.9 of a second quicker that last lap. So, and Dylan Rudd's dropped out. D Ruddy is out. It seems, I don't know what the situation is tonight, but a lot of netcodes, a lot of internet dropouts and issues. So I guess we're coming into school holidays and work holidays and all that. Maybe it's just more people loading up the old internet, but yeah. So Breno having a bit of a look down the inside. That'll hurt his exit a bit on Pavlovic. And Davis. Ash Davis has had a big moment. Let's go back and have a look at that. He was in a battle with... Oh, don't tell me we've got some more team-on-team action here. I'd say he's potentially just locked the rears here. Yep. That's that bump you get. Oh. I mean, he's done... Hopefully, he's done well to keep it out of the way. I hope he doesn't reverse back into oncoming traffic, but he's done okay to get it going, kind of. But that's just one of those ones where the... we'll just go back and watch it again, but the rear starts bouncing in these things. And not particularly... We won't go that slow that early, but... so right about there, you can see it just here. Just starts to unload. It just gets this weird hop. You can see... I don't know if it's a car issue or what, but they get this hop in it and it's very difficult to stop them. But we have got Craig Shaw's over the radio, so we've had Brady off track as well. So where's Brady? He's in the fence. Brady's put the car in the fence. What's happened here? It's all I'll tell you what, he's got a big run on the exit here. He's caught the grass and has not stopped it. What a shame. He's going to box now. He's probably got bent steering. I don't think it's a safety car. I think we're still clear. But what a shame for Brady. That hurts big time. But Chattle's doing a great job. We've got Gianni and Rick just in behind. And then here we go. We've got Blake. Give it to him, Blake. Have a crack, mate. He's going to play it smart and just sit there. He does. So again, it's the 9.5 Cup. You've got D-Rud. I think he's pulling out of the way. Obviously he's down a lap, so he has got back in, but he's down a lap, so that's really shame, and he's you can't tell if that's hurting Rick at the moment or if it's helping, because there'll be a little bit of a toe advantage there, but Pavlovic's doing a decent job as well. He's holding on, doing what he can do. Didn't expect it to spread out as quickly as it has. In some testing we did last night, it was, to be honest, lap after lap, pretty close racing, but we'll wait and see if there's a safety car. At this point there is not. We are 12 and a half minutes into a 40-minute race. Last race of the night, so that should be a nice way to finish, but yeah, we've got Urquhart just off the back of that pack now. Where did Brady come out? He's come out a long way back. He should make it home from here on fuel. So that'll be the interesting bit. What did he have? Roughly 10 minutes of fuel used up. Sounded like there was a car that made contact in front of him then. But yeah, Brady sure squeezes it out to the wall. Should make it home on fuel. Corey Brands had a crash. Is this going to be a safety car? I'll tell you what. Where's he at the moment? Coming down the hill. There's that little bounce. Oh! TV2. He's on his roof. That's got to be a tow. Do we have the safety car? We've got another car. Ashes in the fence. Wow, it's all happening. Surely we have a safety car here, folks. Here it comes. It's a bit on the late side. Obviously, we need to pick up the leader, but safety car was a bit slow to respond there. Bo was the leader. This will help Bo. This will help Brady Myers, sorry, immensely. But obviously, everyone now is going to box, so. And the field will correct itself here, obviously, with we've got Hayden just sitting at pit exit there. Everyone will be allowed out and around him. Bo Albert's the leader, so this won't hinder or help anyone. But yeah, you would expect everyone to come in and box here. Dylan Rudd may get his lap back, by the way, so hopefully this puts everyone back on the lead lap. See, oh, I can't even do that, but we'll see if there's waiver rounds. It is in the rule book, so let's see if this helps out. But passing going on for P5, that's an interesting one. But I think that's because we've got cars in pit lane. I would assume. I would like to think that cars are not passing, but here comes the train in the pit lane. So basically now going to be a 20-minute sprint to the finish. Hayden's still sitting, or he's left pit lane now, so you might as well park it up there, Martin. No point in going too far, buddy. Bo out quickly. Who else we got? Chadwick. He hasn't put tyres on this time. Has not put tyres on this time. Joe Capone in P3. So this is going to be... Tell you what, Joe stayed out. So this is going to be contentious. I think Joe has stayed out, and I think... I tell you what, it's tight. We're going to get a chopper here. I think he's got Gianni. Now, there's no actual rule in the rule book here, so this will be a race control decision. And there's no BP Ultimate safety truck. Oof. I'm not ruling on that. I'm not going to rule on that, but I think Joe might have just got it. If we're going by supercar land, ladies and gentlemen, then the next line is it, which is here, which Joe does have it. So we'll leave that one in the capable hands of race control. But at the moment, Joe Capone remains in P3, has not boxed, so that's a bold strategy. Bold strategy. And then the question is, do we have wave rounds? Everyone's pulling over to the left-hand side of the racetrack, so I'm going to say that you'll see the 990 of Dylan Rudd. Who is a lap down. Corey Brand is a lap down, so you should get Corey towed. And it can rejoin after a tow, so is he back out on track? He is not, he has disconnected. So Dylan Rudd would be the only car at this point to get a wave around. So it's going to leave it as a... So I'm a bit out on the clock here, but by the time we get going green, which I'd assume will be another lap, so let's call it another 3.5 minutes. Cars are staying to the right. That will have us sitting at around about a 20-minute sprint home. Now, I don't think I'd have anyone sitting in the green room. No, I do not, and I don't have access to be able to bring anyone in either. So that is a-okay. But look at the size of that truck compared to these little Toyota 86s. But does D-Rudd get the wave around? Not sure when he may get it. The thing is, if he's got it, which I think he will, he's going to have to go absolutely hell for leather. Or he hasn't given a wave around. Oh, he has, sorry. Maybe he is back in position. I do apologise. It just hasn't reset itself. So, here we go. Bo Elbert will have control of the field. Hayden has absolutely thrown it into pit lane. Didn't end up on track. So that's a bonus. Here we go. Now, where does Brady Myers ended up in this? Back in P9. So the guy that's sitting second in the championship is back in P9. Or third in the championship, I should say. Quickly up into P8. So, can Chadwick go with Bo Elbert? That's the question. Can he sit in that tow and stick with him? And juke this out. He'd be the only guy to be able to go with him so far. Gianni Lutsu. Getting a push from Dylan Rudd. So Dylan hasn't got a wave around. So that's an interesting one. Gianni through into P3. Dylan goes around as well. He is unfortunately down a lap, so we'll have to have a look at that after the race and just see what the go is with the wave rounds. There's a couple of cars that could have got one, but it also looks like there's a couple that are out as well. So Rick Kuznetsov looks like he's out. He's had a disconnect due to packet loss. So there's another car with a problem. Dylan touches a wall. I'll tell you what, it's willing back here. Jones slipped back, so it certainly has hurt him not not boxing. But I'm just wondering if Brady's actually stopped the second time and put tyres on. But oof, big shunt, big shunt. We've gone live again, sorry. We'll bring this back up. Dylan Rudd has dropped the 990 in the fence. It looks like he's just trying to push Gianni along. And it's probably just collected either the inside wall at the dipper or has caught the exit wall. Oh, he's had a moment. He's had a big slide. Bounced back out. Ended up grabbing Brennan. Outside of that, yeah, his car is officially toast. So, and here's Brady again on the dirt. He's got damage, big steering damage. You can see that thing is heavy right hand down. So has not been the night for him. He'll be gutted with that, and that'll be his night done because I assume he would have already used his face fast repair. So that certainly doesn't help things. But we're going to safety car again. Obviously that incident was big enough. Yeah, obviously that incident was big enough. Just a bunch of fuel back up again. So yeah, the internet's going good, Mark. There's a lot of people had the same issue tonight, so something funky going on. And yeah, Bruno, big hit. Big hit. So, anyway, well, hopefully, I'm assuming D-Rudd is, we're just going to have a quick look. Brady's in getting repairs, so he's taking, I think I can hear the other safety car idling away somewhere as well. So he's getting repairs, and D-Rudd's thing, yeah, he's out of the car, so I'm going to go with he is Cactus, but Brady's car, let's just go cockpit view. Let's have a look at the steering. Yes, it's pretty heavy right hand down at the moment. Be interesting to see how long the repairs are on this thing. But what do we got? 18 minutes to go. Bo's certainly. We're going to stay with Hayden this time. Hopefully, he can get the thing back into angry beast of a thing. Hopefully, he can get the thing back into pit lane without putting on its lid this time. But we'll see how he goes. But fastest lap of the race at the moment goes to Brady Myers with 29.76, but obviously he's sitting in pit lane with heavy damage, so unlikely to see him back out tonight, which is an absolute shame. But hopefully he's back next week. But we shall see. But there goes the safety car, pulling away from the field. I'm not sure why he's driving on the grass, but anyway, it's the safety truck. Watch this. Good on you, buddy. Anyway, so he's got the thing in the pit lane. Congratulations. And we'll see how this one goes for a restart. Where does Bo go? So you hold him up a little bit this time. He does. Just long enough. We've got overlap. Here we go. This is where it's going to get pretty interesting. So Gianni straight up the inside. He's going to get a push from Blake. Chadwick rails around the outside to get that momentum, push it up the hill. Blake doesn't want to push. Gianni, is he going to tuck back in behind? He's not. He's got slight overlap. So Joe Capone still hasn't pitted in P5, by the way. Oof! I'll tell you what, Gianni had to turn in pretty narrow there. There was not a lot of room. But Blake Urquhart ran the outside into P3. Just gives Bo Albert, Simon Chadwick a little bit of breathing room. But again, it's back on, so Gianni will no doubt give him a push across the top here. And you can do that in these cars. You do it respectfully. You can do it pretty cleanly. A little bit of contact there. This is where it can go wrong. If you follow too closely, you just get a little bit unsighted in through the dipper here. There it is. Look at this. We've got cars in the fence everywhere. We've got Chadwick in the fence. We've got Urquhart in the fence. Let's just watch that one back. Called it on the way in that this is the one spot. You've either got your eyes on the mirror trying to get a clean run off the dipper, or the car behind who's a little bit obstructed. But let's have a quick look here and look what happened. Hopefully we get a clean shot here without trees in the way, but Blake, a little bit of rotation early. You can just see it rear wheel off the ground and around it goes. Chadwick just up ahead. Gianni has got him. Hopefully there's not too much damage on the front of Gianni's car. And into the fence hard for Blake. But we also had Simon Chadwick pretty hard into the fence as well. He's the same thing. So there's perfect example. Car following him behind. We'll go cockpit view here. He's obviously had a great run. He's picked up the throttle early and he's had a moment. And that's absolutely destroyed the front of that car. So that's another car in pit lane. They're dropping like flies. But the man who just keeps doing the right thing, keeps it consistent, keeps it smooth, is Bo Albert. But thanks to everyone who's been tuning in through the night. Do massively appreciate it. Appreciate it. Not appreciate it. It's absolutely mega. But it's a great battle here. So P4 through to P7. Joe Capone. Well, sorry, I should say P3 through to P7. This is what we were expecting at Bathurst, to be honest with you. Absolute door-to-door, bumper-to-bumper racing. With no room to move. A little bit of a breakaway. You've got Bradbury and Zink there. Here we go. Side by side into the chase. So it could be 3 wide by the time we get there with this draft. Oof. big curb. As Capone gets it done, but runs wide. There's contact. He's in the fence. In the fence. It's one of those ones. He's caught the curb. He was in deep. Just caught the grass. Nowhere to go for Peter Pavlovic there. Absolutely nowhere to go. And into the fence hard. Rips the rear of the car off. And sorry, Ross. You need to re-sticker this thing. But into pit lane he comes for his fast repair, which is good news for him. And obviously his pit stop. So but like I said, Brady Myers still with the fastest lap of the race, even though he is out. So he has proper parked up. Still sitting in the car, mind you, but proper parked up. So, but Bo Elbert is the man at the moment who fastest lap on his last lap, the 29.92. Kyle Zink having a great run in P4. Now everyone has boxed, so there's no one left to pit. 8.5 minutes to go in this one, ladies and gentlemen. So not long to wrap it up in these things. Only another 3.5 laps. So it's a little bit of contact on a wall there on the way down the hill, but fairly clean and tidy. Kyle's coming to grips with this car slowly but surely. Closes up again, coming down the hill. Kyle late on the brakes. Brady Myers back out on track, so I want to talk about a champion. There's a guy who's got his repairs. He's got the car back out there to circulate to try and pick up as many points as he can. You know, whereabouts is he compared to Simon Chadwick? So, you know what? He may pick up one spot here on Chad. Might not sound a lot, but in the grand scheme of things, it's important. It's just tucked in behind him there is Gianni. He's a 2:32.4 on that last lap, so Bo's doing it pretty easy out front, doing 2:30.1s. Absolutely flying out front there, but Gianni doing a great job. Obviously started back in P11, P12, thereabouts, and is pushing his way forward fairly well. So contact there. Be interesting to see. This is, you know, Brady just sitting in front. That little margin was enough to give Gianni a bit of a tow. So it'd be interesting to see what his lap pace will look like on this. But we'll swing back to that in 20 or 30 seconds. At the moment, this is the closest Kyle Zink has been to the back of Simon Bird. It's a shame Sam Muir didn't jump into this server because he was still well in the championship with a hunt. Championship hunt, not championship with a hunt. But look at this, closing up quickly. Down to a 10th. goes to the inside. By the chase, we'll almost have the lead here. Both the boys give each other plenty of room. Who's going to... Oh, and Simon backs out. Are we going to have another run wide? We're not. Perfect by... Actually, Simon ran a bit wide there. But great move from Kyle, who moves himself up into P3, podium position. Four and a half minutes to go. Bo Elbert, Jani Lutsu, Kyle Zink, Simon Bird, and Robbie Bradbury rounding out the top 5. Brady Myers on a bit of a points drive. To pick up one spot is the reality, but that one spot can make a massive difference. And has Bo Elbert's profile picture changed between races? I think it has. I think it has. So we'll just go and check out Gianni here in the 956. Just trying to find someone who's got a... don't think this changes anything, but... But Joe Capone's back out there with a fresh car, circulating. That's what it's about. But the hype that was Bathurst, Mount Panorama, hoping for a really close draft battle, just hasn't eventuated. It's really turned into a bit of a similar story to the first 3 races of the season, and that's Bo Elbert. Well, not the first 3, I shouldn't say, but certainly the last 3. The first one was pretty close, but look, mega performance. I see Gianni's name fly up there, but Brady's given him the ultimate push down Conrad. So just to put into context, Gianni found over a second on that last lap, tucked in behind Brady, and Brady's trying to give him even more help here. So let's see what this lap time looks like for Gianni. Oh, big wiggle for Brady. Gianni crosses the line with a 32, so it didn't really help. But anyway. So, of course, shout out to the Century boys for jumping in, always supporting what we do, and always jumping into the bits and pieces. So, jumping in to support what we do and jumping into these invitationals. So it's mega to have the boys in here, and obviously you got Pete and Robbie running just a little bit further up there in P5, so he's having a pretty good run. Simon Bird, not listed with a team. I'm not sure who he drives for. I do apologise, I don't recognise the livery. Yeah, he's had a great run tonight as well, and Kyle's just opened that up to around about a second now. Although, as I say that, he had a poor run up the hill and there's half a second gone. So that's what these cars can do to you. More than half a second now. So yeah, it'll hurt all the way up to around about the crest. So about here. And then it'll stabilise, but there it is there, it's just stabilised. So Kyle lost 0.7 of a second from the cutting to Skyline, so it just goes to show the importance of momentum in these things, and he's quickly trying to open it up again as he heads down the hill. But I think we'll have one more lap across the line. I don't think we'll get the checkered flag here. It's 30 seconds left in the race. No Subaru sticker this this time around, but so roughly 10 seconds across the line. So Bo Elbert is the white flag waving by Bernie. Bernie, Barney, Bernie, whatever his freaking name is. He's everywhere. It's Bo Elbert for a 11.8 second lead across the line. Is absolutely flying in this thing. Gianni in the background there. Brady Myers obviously just tucked in behind, but he's now got that spot from Chadwick. So he's picked up one spot on Simon Chadwick. Important for the championship. Again, talk about hard luck stories for the night. Chad in the 957 with that little error in the pit stop in the first one, taking tyres, and then just pushing hard and trying in that second race, and just made a little mistake whilst putting pressure on this man right here, Bo Elbert. So, but hasn't put a mark on his car since last lap at Sandown, with a massive move on Rick Kuznetsov into the final complex, but has not put a foot wrong. He's been faultless the entire time. Down to the elbow for the last time. Look at that. No understeer, no oversteer. Just off the corner like a demon. Again, if we just go back, Kyle's comfortable in third there. Well, I shouldn't say comfortable. It's 0.6 of a second coming down the hill. Gianni has got it home and hosed in P2 at this point. But we can come back to that battle for P3. It is still pretty tight, 0.7 of a second. We'll keep an eye on that. But Bo Wilbert, lights ablaze, comes down to the final corner. And drives it into P1. Yeah. Oh. Bit of entertainment for P2 and P9. Gianni, let's see, picks up P9 across the P2 across the line. Sorry, Brady Myers in big down ref, and then Qualting does hold on. To P3 in a mega drive with Simon Bird just tucked in behind. Robbie Bradbury, 5th across the line. Peter Pavlovic, he'll bring it home in P7, along with Joe Capone, who's going to round out in P7. But I'll tell you what, Bo Elbert, I'm assuming we're going to see some jump action. I'm hoping we're going to see some jump action. Some cars that have stopped already. We've got some that are going to keep going. We've got Hayden Sell, who will be doing some bits as well. But hopefully, I think he's waited for everyone to wrap up. But let's stay with Bo here and see if he, actually, you know what, he's actually in the interview room. We're going to drag him up whilst he's completing this lap. We're anticipating the jump. Bo, is that on the cards, mate?
Mate, I'm a rallycross driver, okay? If I see a jump, I'm going for the jump.
Righto, so whilst we wait for 48 seconds to get down Conrod, well done, mate. Mega drive again.
Yeah, mate. Very surprised about that one. Obviously, I got a little bit lucky. It felt like everyone that was on my rear bumper unfortunately got cursed and ended up finding a wall of some kind. So it's made a lot easier than maybe it should have been. But you know what? We have to take those wins when they come.
That's it, mate. I'll let you focus on this bit for a moment. It's obviously pretty intense.
Oh, yeah. Mate, this is the hardest part of the race, I reckon.
You don't want to stuff
What
this
are you...
up.
Oh, no.
Oh, we were live. We were live for that. That's it's cooked, mate. It's the first scratch you put on it this entire series.
So, is there a medical team for this series, or? Oh boy, I think I just broke about everything in my body. But no,
Perfect.
yeah, no, very surprised to get away with that one. Bathurst is a track I usually struggle at, and my car usually ends up looking a bit like this before the race is done. So, I'm very happy to sort of tick that one off, and yeah, managed to get the win.
Yeah, well done, mate. And obviously Phillip Island around that next week. You're looking obviously pretty strong in the championship. So we'll see how it all wraps up next week.
Oh, that's it. I've never run too well at Phillip Island, and it's a draft track once again. So, yeah, we'll see how we go.
Perfect. And just to confirm, mate, Simon Bird just did the jump and landed it perfectly. So,
all right, cool. So, on broadcast, we're announcing my retirement.
awesome, mate. Well done again. And yeah, thanks for joining the series, of course. Is there anyone you want to thank before you jump off?
Just a big shout out to you guys for running the series and providing the broadcast as well. You do a cracking job.
Awesome, mate. Appreciate it. Thanks, buddy. And P2, we've got P2 Gianni Lutsu. That actually rhymes.
It sounds alright, doesn't it?
I reckon it sounds alright, mate.
How
was the night?
Obviously. But yeah, no, it was really, really good. I had a mega fun. So yeah, thank you to you as always for holding this awesome stuff, and the whole team at 9-5 for coming together and holding such an awesome event. It's always good just to sort of let the sleeves down and just have a bit of fun and not have to worry about sort of results or ratings or anything like that. So yeah, no, it was really, really fun. We had a good race in race one at Oran. Me and Dill had a good one from the back, and we were able to get quite close up the front. But yeah, wasn't enough unfortunately. But yeah, it was fun nonetheless. And then yeah, he was a bit of the same boat. But yeah, unfortunately I didn't change the wing down. I kept it on 10, so it was a bit slow down the straight. But yeah, no, it was fun nonetheless. Just trying to keep out of trouble, I think, was the aim of the game for this one.
Bravo. Brady was giving you some support in a straight line, mate, towards the end there.
Yeah, no, absolutely. Yeah, thanks to Brady for pushing the boat along, because yeah, no, it was struggling up the hill there down Conrod. So yeah, no, it was really, really good fun. Had a blast as always, and yeah, thanks to all the boys for some good racing, and yeah, another night of good laughs.
Done, mate. Well done, and you'll speak to you soon.
Thanks, Sean. Cheers.
Yeah, mate. And Mr. Coles, think, mate, finally got a podium.
Oh, after, getting crashed out in lap 1 and limping back to the pits, I was surprised, that's for sure.
Indeed, indeed. Yeah, you had a bloody eventful one, but seemed to bring it home pretty well in the end, and a good little move there on Simon Bird. You had a good battle with him for a while.
Yeah, it was close racing. Like, I knew I had better pace down the bottom. I'm definitely struggling going up the hill. So yeah, I had to make it count where it mattered, and I just happened to be on the outside, so just had to outbrake him. So I was happy with that one. Cheers.
Bravo, mate. Anyone you want to thank while you're in here?
I'd like to thank all of my teammates and all of our sponsors for 9-5 Sim Sport. Yet again, I don't have the list in front of me, so it's impossible.
I reckon I'll cover them.
Yeah, most likely.
Awesome, mate. Well done, buddy.
Cheers.
It's that wraps up another night of 9-5 Sim Sport action. It would be remiss of me not to click on Hayden Sell and have a look and see if he did actually do something towards the end there. I'm not quite sure, but we'll go back and have a bit of a squiz. But he said he was going to throw the old girl around for all that. But anyway, I just well, maybe he made the jump. Let's check it out. At this point, I would say he has not made the jump. But anyway, a bit of fun, bit of a laugh. Good way to wrap up the year. I think. Well, it's actually not awful. I think the tactic of the safety truck is just to literally just to bomb it into the fence, and it somehow piles its way through. But all that aside. It was this man, Mr. Bo Elbert, who has gone 4 from 4. Can anyone stop him? We have Phillip Island next week, which is going... Spot on, Brady. He did, mate. Just bowled straight through the fence. But unlucky tonight, mate, but well done to battle it out. He picked up an extra spot. I will bring up the championship points just quickly as well, but But yeah, Bo Elbert dominates again tonight. Gianni Lutsu, but there was a lot of contenders. Yeah, Brady obviously who was right in behind him there and made that little mistake. We had Chadwick in behind him. We had who else? Gianni was in behind him. We had a bunch of guys that were running with him, but just kept falling off. So really hope next week we get a big field at Phillip Island. Let's finish it off with a bang. Do appreciate everyone who's jumped in and shown the way. What we'll just quickly do is bring up I'll just close this off for a sec. We'll bring up the championship points just quickly because everything should be now official. Just quickly type this in. Race 2. That's done. Bring this back up. We're going to drop out of here, folks, and we are going to bring up our leagues. We might as well do this whilst everyone's still hanging around and watching and check out who did I not do this properly? My leagues 9-5 might still be processing the championship seasons. Sorry, click on the right thing and we'll figure out what the hell is going on. Here are the championship standings. So obviously we've got, we'll just get rid of SDK there and drop that off. But obviously we've got Bo Elbert out front with 4 wins, 4 poles. Has dominated so far with 160 points. Rick Kuznetsov, even though he had a rough night tonight, this goes to show. P2 at 125 points, and Brady Myers as well. Not another rough night, but had a rough night. Wasn't Oran Park didn't go 100% to plan, but still cracking run there. And obviously Bathurst was on for another great result, but didn't quite get there with a couple of nigs. So yeah, 120 points are not far behind, but Blake Urquhart as well is just plodding away. 114 points. Robbie Bradbury at 108. So Chadwick P7 with 99 points. So it's still well and truly open. Don't exactly know, to be honest with you, what you get for a win in this thing. But well, there you go, 40 points. So if we're talking about Bo Elbert on 160 points, effectively at this point, it's anyone's race going into the final. There's absolutely no way about it. And don't forget, Phillip Island is qualifying, followed by I'll get the actual details, but I think it's a 6-lap race. Second race is a full reverse grid. Third race is grid based on points for the first 2 races. So it ain't over. This thing is well and truly alive. Theoretically, anyone from Brady up can still win this thing. But of course, there's points for heats, there's points for features, there's points for anyone. So realistically, anyone from P7 up could still win this thing. So it's going to be mega. Final round next week, Tuesday night, same place. Check the socials. Make sure that everyone's across what's going on, and let's see if we can't fill that grid for the lovely Phillip Island. But till next time, thank you everyone. Appreciate your support. Thanks for tuning in for the night, and we won't speak before Christmas. So have a great Christmas. Enjoy your time with your families, and let's hope it is a good one. And we'll catch you on Tuesday night. Peace out.